And I was just crying and crying, and I wanted to take him home. And I was crying so much that I woke myself up crying, and I was like, actually crying.
Something's tugging at my sleeve. I do believe it's Christmas. It's cold outside, but I'm warm within.
Hey, welcome back to another vlog. Look who it is! Look who it is! It's Emma. And look where we are in the most, as Milo said, magical garden. We're in an Airbnb in Shere, which is where they filmed The Holiday. It's going to be a very festive weekend. We've just been divvying up the bedrooms. It's an unusual layout of this Airbnb, to say the least. But Milo's going to sleep in here. Then the intention was, we thought that there was one main bedroom and then a second bedroom with a, what's it called?
I've discovered a floor.
A floor?
No, just come here.
Oh.
We have to have a rule. If someone's in the toilet, they can't come onto the patio. Because look.
Yeah. On the toilet is one thing, in the bath is another.
Oh my god, you can see me! I feel like one of them should go.
That's hilarious. So what we thought was it was going to be one bedroom, one like main bedroom, then a second bedroom with a sofa bed. But what it actually is a second bedroom that is a sofa bed. So this is the second bedroom that is a sofa bed. Because of the placement of the bathroom, we're getting the main bedroom, Milo's getting the other sofa bed, living room, and Emma and Chris are out. We intended to have the smaller of the two rooms, so Emma and Chris have really taken one for the team there, because there's no way we can not go to the toilet in the night. It's such a beautiful little place, very cosy. Oh, now we can't put it back.
Thank God.
Lee's found the blind.
Thank goodness.
Oh, don't open it. It's as old as time.
Because we were also
Don't, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Don't
Bye.
break that. Okay.
Yeah.
Mal's crisis averted.
But also,
I thought about how hobbies have fallen to the wayside when we want to get lost in
Christmas has got a country
we pull out
difference.
our phones, but it's funny how something called a feed can offer so little
Sustenance.
As a child, I remember playing in the creeks and making ice cream by pumping the wheels of an upside down bicycle.
This feels like Milo actually telling the story of having to stay here with no Wi-Fi. We've come to the co-op to get some snacks for the evening. We went out for lunch, but we want to I think we're going to make some Christmas Eve fettuccine. We've come in a little shop. I'll tell you what it's called when we leave because I can't remember. But it's so beautiful. The materials, everything in the shop. Do you love it, Emma? Do you just want everything in here?
yeah, we've been here before and I love it.
I want everything in it. It's gorgeous.
Oh, the rest of it's poem for Christmas. Yeah, you can't.
Split Figs, that's where we've just been in. Absolutely magical.
Whatever happened to the rest of the year? It went by so fast, I barely did see it.
We went to the White Hart. Emma, is it called the White Hart? The place we went to?
White Horse.
White Horse. We went there for lunchtime and we've just been there for a drink and now we've come somewhere else. I'll tell you in a second what this is called. This is where we are. William Bray. It's actually really nice. It's nicer than, I've already forgotten, what was the last one we placed called? White Horse. White Horse. It's nicer than the White Horse. This feels independent, would you say? Whereas the other place is like a Brewers Fair type. It's one of those. It's not a Brewers Fair, but it's one of those. This is really nice in here. This is like if Nancy Myers made a pub. Shiplap. Everything about it. No. Really nice. Maybe we'll come in for lunch tomorrow. Yeah, because the place we're staying in, it said you get 15% off food, so maybe. It's very nice in here. Also, let me show you the thing that I bought from that shop. It was £10, but how cute! It's a little brass bell. I don't want to jingle it because it feels rude in a service establishment. But for the tree, I thought that's cute. This is trying to cook in an Airbnb. The pan is not big enough for the pasta.
And then there's another kind of puff, the cruelest kind, the one that almost kills its victims. It's called unrequited love.
I wouldn't put any decorations up if I lived alone.
I know, Lee said he wouldn't have a tree. I think that's so sad.
Watch then.
You're judging. Are you ready?
Are you paying attention, Chris?
Can I do like a...
You're looking at my eye.
You gotta say no.
Do.
You gotta go no.
That's awful.
You gotta say no.
Your arms are going regular speed. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired. We watched The Holiday, we played some games, and it's nearly midnight. Everybody's gone to their own quarters. Lee's just gone to get in the shower and I'm wiped. It's going to be an early morning because Emma and I want to go and have a little wander around and take some pictures before we go around with the boys. But it's been great so far. Good morning. It's so quiet. It's just countryside. Also, look, blind's doing its job. It's about 8 o'clock, I think, 8:30. We're just, sorting ourselves out for the day. We've come out onto the little outdoor patio to see what was what. It's so quiet. Vlogception. I'm going to try and traverse this very steppy garden without falling over. Bye! This is like Milo and his Avita window. Goodbye! Goodbye! How gorgeous is this? This is when we step out of the Airbnb. We've got, this pub's really nice. That's the one we went to last night. All of this I would love to live in. Our entrance to the Airbnb is through a garage. Wow. And then right over there, I've literally just took 2 steps. That's the White Horse, as I've remembered it's called now. Lee woke up and looked out the window and is desperate to go to this little tea shop. Have you ever seen a nicer little tray of, this looks amazing. This is homemade jam. Everything's homemade. Right behind me, this is the lady that owns the place called Healy. Everything's homemade. This is incredible in this place. Lee's really sad that I brought him here because he can't live here. It's making him sad. Imagine a little village where this is what the public toilet looks like. Seriously. I want to live here. Lee is losing his mind over these. These guys sat next to us at breakfast and this is partially why Lee never wants to go home. He said we'll just send the money and then we can just live here forever.
Which over it?
Now. Give it a minute, it's quite a large bridge. Hey! There it is! This is such a lovely place. It's very, very calm. And the walking areas are beautiful. Look at that. I'm not sure from which direction Cameron Diaz ran, but over this bridge. I'm filming on Lee's phone because my phone's dead because Milo chose to take my charger in the night. That's what parenting is. They're the sacrifices you make. And they've got the Remembrance Sunday going on at the church, which is lovely. It's been a beautiful little weekend stay in this idyllic little village that we will definitely come back to. Pulled in at a rest stop because, well, for a couple of reasons. We've just been in traffic for ages, but also there's something going on with Lee's car. The screen's not, there's multiple things, and then like something in my footwell has fallen down. It's crazy. Feels like the car is just falling apart. And Milo's football team has won amazingly. So he's gutted not to have been there today.
Yeah, but I love it because now it's our first league match.
First win. And he's now texting with his friend who won.
He's
got
twice.
2 of the goals.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal. What is this? Oh, it's candy floss. Huh. So excited. You never see these. It's been literally years. This was my all-time favourite energy drink. It took us so long to get home. There were multiple accidents. Whenever I'm stuck in traffic on the motorway behind an accident, I always think, well, I mean, it's terrible regardless, but rather than be irritated, it could have been so much worse. So it was really frustrating to take so long to get home, but also very, very glad that we were nowhere near those accidents because there were some really terrible ones. It was an amazing weekend. Honestly, when we planned this back in the summer, we've done lots of things over the years. You know, some things for Emma and I are having our like little festive thing at Christmas. Some things have been better than others. Sometimes you do something thinking, oh, let's go and do X. And then it ends up being, it's not quite as good as we thought it was going to be. And especially when you go and visit somewhere because of movies or TV, like if we've been on holiday and we've been like, let's go and see the place. It very rarely lives up to what you have in your mind. If you are considering visiting, it's called Shere, the little village. Absolutely incredible. I don't know about everyone else, but I expected it to be a lot more touristy. I thought that it was going to be, there would be more tourists there. I thought it would feel commercial and that maybe there'd be like one or two things. Everything is in really easy walking distance. The actual cottage that they, like Iris's cottage in the film, is not real. That I already knew that film, that was like temporarily built in a farmer's field. We didn't go and see where that was because it's not actually there. But everything else is in walking distance. It's like a little triangle of all the things you would want to see. We stayed in a B&B called Vaughans. Right next door is an Airbnb called the Rookery. There's literally two in the whole place. It is a tiny little village, and the sense of community. I mean, from being there last night, it didn't feel touristy. I didn't feel like anybody else was there for the same reason as us. I felt everyone was local. This morning when we got up, it was all runners and cyclists and people preparing for the memorial. The woman, Hilly, who had the little bakery shop, she was talking to us. She was so lovely. She was saying how she makes all of these scones every day and they don't sell a day-old scone, and so all the scones that are left over at the end of the day go to the neighbours. It was just amazing. Like, if I could snap my fingers and change my life and live there, I would, in a heartbeat. It was such a beautiful place. I can't recommend it enough. I don't think you would be disappointed. And we went into that being like, this is just going to be a one and done. I want to make sure I see everything I want to see because we're not going to go back here. We're going here specifically to like, for a festive trip to see where the holiday was filmed. We would go back there. We'd go back there in the summer. It was a really nice place, and especially if you like to go on walks. It was amazing. Yeah, really, really great. And although the Airbnb it wasn't quite what we imagined, the description of it was slightly unclear. If it had just been our family there, wouldn't have had a problem. The beds weren't massively comfortable, but it was a nice space for us all, especially like the living area and stuff. And for the cost, they didn't charge us for Milo. I think it was like, let's say £160 per couple and then £80 per additional person. And they didn't charge us for Milo. So it really wasn't that bad. I think the Rookery next door was either cheaper or more appealing, but it wouldn't have fit all of us in it. So it's just a couple. Like, if we just go back, we might stay in that one just to try them both. But the people, the hosts of that Airbnb were fantastic, so welcoming. Everything just felt, I don't know. It was so lovely, and we had a really, really good time. I'm already excited to go back. I came out of the house and it's so bright. I almost forgot what the sun looked like. It's just been so dark. Like, my eyes aren't prepared to see today. I got back from the school run and I just sat on the sofa and just like powered down. I've just been like fully zoned out for about 2 hours. I've made myself some pizza. This is reheated from yesterday. First successful reheat of pizza in the air fryer. I don't know why I was struggling with it so much, but I was. And now I'm going to put on a Christmas film to review for Instagram. So I feel like I'm doing something productive. I'm going to eat my pizza, and then I think I'm going to do some label designing because I just can't get it. I just can't, like, get it together today. I think this weekend was amazing, but it was a lot, and I feel like I've missed my kind of downtime because we were doing stuff all weekend. So today I'm also pretty sure I'm coming down with something because I'm like feeling really, I've got like a tickle in my throat. Yesterday I kept sneezing. Like, I'm not a massively sneezy person, but since Friday I just keep sneezing, and then I feel really run down. But it might just be like, you know, tiredness from the weekend. I just had a little nap. I probably should stay in bed a little bit longer, actually. My breath feels hot. I think I'm powering down. Hey, it's like a full 24 hours later. I was not good yesterday. I feel very tickly today in my throat, but I don't feel anywhere near as run down. I was just out. Totally out. Did the school run and I was like, done. Weirdly, isn't that weird? Like, I feel worse but better today. I don't know. I've made myself some comfort food. I'm doing some editing, taking it very easy today. I did wick some jars, but that's for another day. I just kind of was a little bit of prep because we've got a really cool new wholesale order from a new place. So that needed to be done. Karen's going to come and collect some stuff later, but other than that, we're being chill. I'm sitting at my desk. I'm not doing anything massively strenuous, and I'm eating my pasta, which is already making me feel so much better. And those of you who understand, I was this close to ordering in food, and I have to stop. Like, everything costs so much money. I've said this before, we've all said this, but everything costs so much money, and I feel like I'm buying less, but I've got less, and it's, you know, insane for everyone, I know. But my weakness when I am not spending money, when it doesn't feel like I'm being frivolous, it doesn't feel like I'm spending money on things, I'm not buying a lot of things, but my weakness is deliveries. So whether it be delivering groceries or delivering actual just meals, little things here and there, it adds up. It really does. I have to make a concerted effort to every couple of days on the way back from school, just pop into Morrison, pop into wherever, Asda, and go and collect a couple of things for the next few days. Even like this. This to me, some people won't get this. This is what is it? 1:30 now. Maybe it's normal to not have eaten anything all day. But something like this is like a full sugar, large drink. Yeah, it's not the healthiest thing in the world, but to me, that's like a meal replacement. If I hadn't eaten anything, I wouldn't have felt shaky. I wouldn't have felt like, oh God, I haven't eaten. It's something good to have to stop me getting to those points of too tempted to order in food. So that's why I like to have my like sugary drinks. They are effectively meal replacements on those days. But today I needed some hot food. I needed some comfort food. Yeah. What are your meals? What are your things? Your like go-tos? I'm not like a major crisp person, but I like to have things in that's a quick meal. So on those days when I'm working from home and I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered to go and make some food, or what have we even got? What would you make? What would be those things that you would be like, oh, this is a really good thing to have in? Like freezer food or tinned or whatever. What are those things to you? Because I need more of them. Milo and I are having a healthy dinner because I just felt like, you know, like when you're not feeling well and you just crave something nice, like something good. Mashed potato and salmon is a winner. I can't tell you how long I was looking for the button in my car to open this thing. There should be a button that tells you you don't need a button. You know what we were talking about yesterday? I wish that I liked milkshakes, because this kind of thing is very appealing to me on the days when I can't be bothered, or when I've like forgotten to eat or whatever. This would be fantastic. Recently I've been saying to Lee a lot, I wish there was like a pill. Like I'll get to a certain point in the evening and I wish there was just a pill I could take instead of eating, because I can't be bothered. Also, relevant, I realised I should probably say, Lee usually fills my car up for me, which I know, makes me a princess, but I hate it. I can hear something. It sounds like it's in the house, but it can't be in the house because I'm the only one in here. I can hear someone whistling. Was she called Billy Ray? Girl, put your record on. What was she called? Billy something. I haven't been getting up early in the morning to make coffee this week because because I've felt like I should probably prioritise my sleep. Also, I'm going to have that a really annoying cough because I can feel it. I can feel the chesty cough. I can feel the tickle of the chesty cough. And for me, once I start coughing, that cough's going to be with me for 6 months. So I'm really going to try not to. Like, when I was outside and it's cold, I was like, oh no, I can feel it. It's coming for me. So I'm making myself a cup of tea and I'm going to go and log on for work. It's lunchtime. I just did some skincare because I was just feeling like I had a really hot bath last night, which was great. Hot bath, bed, slept fantastic. But you know what, when you're not feeling great, I mean, I know every clip has been like, when you're not feeling great, complain. But, when you feel that way, and you just kind of feel gross all the time. I put on comfy clothes today, and it's got to lunchtime, and I just kind of feel like I'm becoming one with the clothes. I'm going to go and get changed. I'm going to try and lift my mood with clothes. Also, I remembered that Emma gave me a face mask. She brought some face masks for us to use at the weekend and we never got around to it. She gave me a face mask. It's my favourite one. It's the Primark Niacinamide. And that's really good for breakouts. And I've weirdly got like breakouts. I've got them all around here. It's a strange thing. Maybe I'll do that. I'll do a little bit of my red light therapy. Try to kind of like wake myself up a little bit. Because really, I'm not actually feeling that bad. I feel a lot better than I thought I would today. I think I'm kind of leaning into it. Like if you think you're getting poorly and you start to just like, fine. I think I had just like a couple of days, got a tickle on my throat, but actually I feel okay. Autumn, winter used to be my very favourite time. What did I do with the face mask? I don't know what I did with the face mask. Maybe I'll use a different one. Autumn, winter used to be my very favourite time for dressing. Hold the phone, I found it. Oh, I do wish it had been in the fridge though. That would have been slightly nicer. I am living for my heat pad this week. I have made a real concerted effort to use a lot less painkillers than I have been and use more heat and cool patches and frozen peas. And honestly, I'm not seeing a huge difference in the pain in terms of like I'm not missing the painkillers. So I'm going to try to wean myself off them. I've made an appointment for the end of the week to talk about the medication I'm on and just, reassess because I would like to not. It makes me really tired. It makes me super lethargic to be taking painkillers all day. I don't love it. Anyway, so I used to love dressing for autumn, winter, and I just kind of lost it because I'm not leaving the house every day. I'm usually leaving the house just for the school run, and who cares? Then I come back and I'm just on my own, or I'm like making candles, or I'm editing, or at worst, I'll put makeup on and I'm like filming this up. And for vlogs, who cares? Who even cares what I look like? I mean, yeah, occasionally I get mean comments. I don't care. It's just like, this is my face. I'm not gonna like doll myself up. However, it does make a difference. It does make a difference when I sit around all day. I said this last week, beginning of the year, I told myself I was going to get dressed every day regardless. And I did a really, like, overall, I'm going to say it was successful. But definitely in the second half of the year, it's dropped off a little bit. And I was just thinking when I pulled this out, like I bought this at the beginning of the year, like springtime. I bought a couple of these because I loved them. And I made a lot of effort in my like spring, summer wardrobe. I was excited to get dressed. I was excited. I think I was going out and doing things more. And I just thought, God, I was supposed to change this little wardrobe I've got, this little rail in my bedroom for the season. And I just didn't do it for autumn. And I'm not excited to do it. And I think it's just because I'm not thinking of leaving the house. I'm not thinking of dressing. I'm thinking this is like my hibernation period. This is like the leggings and sweatshirts time. But that does nothing for me mentally. Leggings and sweatshirts, it just makes me feel tired. I think it's like a message to my brain that we're relaxing. When I get dressed, I mean, this has got like a built-in bra. This feels like I'm dressed. I'm very aware of it on my body. I don't know. I don't know if it's nonsense, but I want to try, you know. And at the moment, my office is actually closed till, I think they said the beginning of December, and it is now the middle of November, which, you know, is fine for me. I'm happy to work from home, but it does make a difference. Everybody in lockdown, when we had the options of going in or not going in, when we were like further into lockdown, I would talk about how I didn't want to go into the office and I liked working from home, but I was definitely suffering, as most of us were. And so many of you said, you know, it will make a difference to go into the office. And I'm like, this is propaganda. This is workplace propaganda. But it does. It does. I do actually feel better when I go into the office. I like that on my downtime, like at lunchtime, I can do this. I can't do this in the office. I could like get a little bit of editing done in that half an hour period before logging on. It's really good for my like little side things that I do. But in terms of like my mental health throughout the day and how I'm feeling while I'm there and how I feel at the end of the day, like I feel like I come home and that's it, like work's left behind. I had a little bit of social interaction. I feel less stressed when I'm in the office because I don't feel as much like I don't feel like I'm being watched, but I don't feel like I need to, what's the word I'm looking for? Justify my time. I don't need to like account for my time because you saw me, I'm in the office, I'm physically there. So I do agree that there is something to that, but because I know I'm not going into the office for at least a few more weeks, there's a good possibility I could just stay in pajama-like clothes for a real long stretch of time, and I need to not do that. I feel better already just for getting changed. And maybe if I can just not cough too much, this will just go away. And then tomorrow I'll be like, oh, amazing. So I thought I was filming. I wasn't filming. I'm going to go to Asda to get something for tea. It's football night, so it's going to be a late one. So we just want something easy. And I think I'm going to get some more of those dumplings if they've got them. I'm obsessed. I guarantee in like 6 weeks or so, I'll never want to see another dumpling for as long as I live. But right now, it's all I want to eat. Those specific ones, but really any is fine. Also, I've definitely felt better I felt brighter for getting dressed, although I definitely needed a jumper because it is still cold as cold can be out there. So I went to, where did I go? Asda. I made 2 mistakes. Well, one of them wasn't really a mistake, but effectively, I'm going to have to go back to Asda to return 2 things. And one of the things that was my mistake is going to make it seem like the other thing was also my mistake. Looking for lip balm. I've had it today on my desk. Where is it? Found another one, never mind. Right, so I bought Milo some Match Tax, like a football card trading thing. But I didn't buy him the football one. I bought him Formula One, which I didn't even know existed. I didn't know that they did the same exact thing, but Formula One. So that was frustrating. When I got home, he was like, I said, okay, on the way back to football, on the way to football rather, we'll go to Asda and swap them over. I put the ink cartridges in the printer and it just will not accept them. It says they're incompatible. Because I'm assuming that it's a bit of a swizz that they don't want you to use like off-brand ink cartridges. But they're like £25 even for the off-brand ones. And I can't afford to just eat the cost of, like, they literally don't work. So I was looking online, like, can I complain about this? Because it's one of those things that once you've opened it, you feel like you can't complain, you can't take it back because it's been opened. And I was like, I cannot take this back to a shop. And I was talking to Lee about it. He was like, well, you just got to take it back. You've got to, like, that's fine. It doesn't work. I'm now going to have to go back to Asda the same day that I bought these 2 things with an insane mistake one. And I really hate to be complaining about this one. It's like full Karen territory. This is why people like me just don't return things. And this is part of the problem. But I'm going to be a grown-up and take an opened, slightly used box of ink cartridges back to Asda in the nicest way possible. I don't know why I made so much of that. The woman was lovely. I just feel so terrible taking stuff back, especially opened things. It's just not the done thing, is it? More so in England, I would say. Also, weirdest thing ever, 3 other people looking for printer ink at the same time. They didn't actually have any Epson ink, so I'm gonna have to order it on Amazon, but how weird. I've been looking for where my, there we go, lights are in my car. And here they are. I've been sitting here outside football for like 45 minutes. Usually I like put something on, like a streamer, and like sit, play on my Switch, which I bring. I'm just kind of like prop it up. But today, I've just been sitting here, scrolling mindlessly on Instagram. And I looked at the time and it's been 45 minutes. 45 minutes I've been sitting, not in silence because, you know, it's reels. So it's not silence, but kind of sitting in silence. It's such a waste of time. It's such a waste of our time. I mean, you're watching this right now. What a waste of your time this is. But it's so mindless. So mindless. I think part of me was like kind of zoned out a little bit because I can't believe how easy it was to just return the open. Like, she didn't care. Of course she didn't care. Like, if I worked there, I've worked retail. I don't care. You would just take back stuff as long as it was within the rules and whatever. But I think I was prepared for them to be like, you've opened this, but it's not worth the job, is it, to argue with someone? So it was just so easy and everything was totally fine. And part of me is, wow. And the other part of me is like, how many things over the years have not worked and I've eaten the cost of that thing. Like cables that were the wrong cable. It's the only example I can think of right now. But so many things because I didn't want to have an awkward conversation. I know it's dark, but that's going to benefit us in a second because of the sparkle. Can you see the sparkle? Sparkling low light. There's nothing like it. While I was out, my friend dropped off this that I ordered from her Etsy shop. How amazing. Let me just flip it around. I picked the colour. Oh, I should have. Lee's just wrapped up his Secret Santa because he ordered a Secret Santa one from her as well. But how awesome is this? I chose white. She made pink, but I wanted it in white. And she does them with initials and stuff on the back, but I just wanted it plain. Oh my goodness, that was the weirdest sneeze I've ever had in my life. I'm like, I am falling apart. Yeah, Lee ordered, hang on. If I put you in cinematic mode, it makes everything lighter, but I think it makes it sound like my voice is so deep. It adds light to the scene, but I think the frame rate is different, and so it gives me a lower voice. Anyway, Lee bought one for someone, actually, they might see this, you never know. So I'm actually glad that I didn't show you. But it's fantastic. The one that he got as a Secret Santa gift is super cool. It's super cool. And I can't tell you anything else about it, just in case that person sees it. Speaking of online purchases, I don't know why these scissors are in the drawer anymore because they don't work. They're just, let's see. I don't know whether or not I'm going to be able to... Ooh. They're vacuum packed, so just a little bit of something. And these things might burst out on their own. My feet have been so cold. And all my socks are just like thin. I mean, you know, regular socks. My socks are so thin. They're just regular socks. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just regular socks. But I wanted some thicker socks. And these, I want to say, were £7 or £8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs. Is that expensive for socks? It might be. But they're like thick socks. Have I been hard? I don't know. Everything's so expensive these days. I don't know how much things are supposed to be anymore. But it felt reasonable. Felt reasonable at the time. And the colourful ones were cheaper than the black and grey. And I don't care. Because as we said earlier, like, I'm not leaving the house. Who cares? Not me. So I have all of these colours of warm and cosy socks. I used to be someone who, my feet were just hot. I think the problem really is I can't regulate my temperature. That is the problem. Because my hands and my feet get crazy hot or really cold. What is that sign of? Someone will no doubt armchair diagnose me with something from that. Bad circulation. Fibromyalgia, I'm sure. I very rarely make coffee just for myself. But like, I may never have made coffee just for myself because it's like a whole thing. It's not, it's not like making a cup of tea. It's like a whole, it's like, it feels like an event. Making any kind of coffee that's not just like, I mean, Lee has coffee bags. I don't think that's for me. When he just wants like a single coffee. But he also doesn't know how to use the coffee maker, so there's that. Anyway, all that is to say, I'm going to need the coffee today. I'm going to need the coffee today. 2 mad dreams. I just took some melatonin last night. I took some melatonin last night to help me sleep. And I actually need one. It's just me. And I had the maddest dreams. I had 2 dreams. One of which I woke up crying. Like actual tears in my eyes. Proper crying. Sorry. Yeah, the one that actually woke me up, I was going to sleep in a little this morning, but it was like 8 o'clock and I was with lots of tears. It's a recurring dream. I dreamt some time ago that Lee, and this is like, he would never do this, but that Lee gave money to someone else to look after, like in his late stages of life. But he wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't like palliative care. We didn't know how long he had left. So I would like, in my dreams, I would go and visit him and I would be sad that obviously he was living with someone else. And then this time I went and his hair was weird. It was like his hair was matted, almost as like he wasn't being taken care of, which that would be, I don't even know how bad it would have to be because I've never brushed that dog. Like his hair takes care of itself. We bought a brush for him when he was a puppy and was like he hardly ever gets a bath because apparently that's not great for them. Because the oils that they need, plus he goes to hydrotherapy at least once a month. So that's already, he gets like showered there. So that was one of my dreams is like I got there and he was like, I don't know, he looked different and I felt like he wasn't being taken care of. And I was just crying and I wanted to take him home. And I was crying so much that I woke myself up crying and I was like actually crying. That very rarely happens to me. And then the other dream that was a bit more interesting and less like dire, less pathetic, less heartbreaking, is funny because of what happened yesterday. I had a dream that I tried to take something back. I can't remember what shop it was, but I tried to take something back that I'd worn and washed. And they were like, yeah, that's fine. Somehow the tag was still on it. But I took it back and they were like, yeah, no problem. Just sit in the waiting area and we'll try and find the order. And I sat in the waiting area and it was just like a dark living room, which was weird. And then they came out and I hadn't even bought it from the shop. I'd bought it from somewhere else. Isn't it weird how these things sprinkle into your dreams? Manny just has loads of accidents these days and his legs are getting worse. So I think that's probably what influences those dreams about Manny. Is in the back of my mind I'm worried that he's deteriorating, but he seems fine. He just has accidents every day because he can't feel the back of his legs. And when he goes for a walk, if he's been laying down for a long time, his legs just kind of like drag behind him for a minute. But he seems completely unaware of these things. And before anyone says, you've never met a dog that goes to the vet more often than Manny, don't worry about it. He is very well looked after. But it is what it is. Anyway, on that somber note, I'm going to go and get my coffee because I can hear it. And I know what I want to do today. I'm working from 2, but I might film some gaming stuff that I don't need to do the voice for. I might do that today so that I'm not doing nothing because I definitely can't. I had plans. I was going to film all kinds of things. Not now.
What I did do yesterday that I didn't mention is I poured 26 of these. This is for our wholesale order. And because there are so many of them in the room, it smells so strongly. I can smell it all over the house. It's like a vanilla latte. It's a mix of our coffee shop plus something else to make it a little bit more unique for them. And when I was pouring it, Lee said, oh my God, it smells just like hazelnut. Which is funny because that's not what I smelled at all. Anyway, with some leftover wax, which I think I need a new scale because I think it's a bit off. I made some of these. So we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to do like a combined giveaway with the people that we're doing the wholesale for of these like coffee shop vanilla latte candles. We thought that would be cute. So I made those. I still have an epic candle to make because someone's ordered one rather. But I might just like sit and play a game this morning. I decided to hang out with Manny instead. It just made sense. I'm also looking for a Christmas film to watch for my Christmas list on Instagram. I don't know why I never think of making my regular coffee in a double-walled cup because I never drink it fast enough before it goes cold. And this, I've been drinking this for like an hour and a half and it's still perfect. Right, I just made a hair appointment. I mean, I haven't had my hair coloured this year. I don't even know when it was. It was like, I want to say it was like end of last year. And it needs trimming as well because it's really short in the back and I want to even it out a little bit. Tempting as it is to leave it longer in the front because it makes it easier to put it up, I would like it to be all one length really. Ideally. Maybe I'll hate it when she does it, but oh well, she's great. So I've just made my appointment. I'm going to bring up the blonde a little and all one length it. And the first time she can get me in is the same day as my Christmas party. How great is that? Like, that would never happen in a million years. You would, if I'd called and said, can you get me in on this date? There's no way. So, yeah. Also, I've just got an order for something that I don't know how, but we don't have it in stock, so I have to make it. Do you think Manny knows about the dream? I think he might know about the dream. My wax has melted enough to measure now. This is a Christmas tree scent. It's our tree farm, which is very, look, this collapsed a little bit on me and spilled things everywhere. But this is a like a sweet a sweet cedar pine kind of sound. It's like a balsam, which is really nice for obviously this time of year. I was just saying on Instagram, like, I think people overlook the cleaner scents at Christmas. They just go for like sweet, like candied fruits and things like that. But I really like the cleaner scents for when you've cleaned everywhere, especially at Christmas. I like to, once you've done all of the decorating, clean everywhere. And then I like to have something like a clean scent if it's during the day. I really only like the sweeter and the like berry scents for nighttime. That's kind of a cozy smell to me. I've also got these trays on the go. Now the wax and the fragrance is mixed. I leave it for about an hour and a half before I pour it into this large jar, which has been pre-wicked. The reason for that is it stays liquid, fully liquid for such a long time. Like, it retains the heat so well. But if you pour it at that temperature, it'll have sinkholes in it. So it kind of like cools unevenly and then it has strange, and then you have to even it out and it's a problem. Whereas if you wait until it cools down and it's almost not solid, but it's like it becomes cloudy and translucent, if you pour it then it cools more rapidly and more evenly because there's less time. Although, like, if I poured that now, it would seriously take like 4 or 5 hours to fully cool in the jar. Is it just me who didn't know you could Deliveroo from Boots? I was just looking on Deliveroo. I know, I've succumbed. I haven't yet, but I nearly did. And I thought, actually, do you know what? I might Deliveroo some cold medicine. I thought if I can get some from like One Stop or something, I'll get like just some pop and some cold medicine. And Boots came up, and you can buy perfume and have it Deliverooed. What a weird thing. I never would have thought of it. But also, good to know for like, you know, like last minute gifts and stuff. That's literally same day, like very, very soon. If you were invited to something in the evening, or if you'd forgotten about something and you were working, get it delivered to the house. Good to know. Okay, my delivery just arrived and I got an Amazon at the same time. Oh, my neck is killing me. I'm very aware of my complaininess this week. But you're all I have to speak to. I got an enormous thing of Diet Coke. I feel like I go back and forth between full fat Coke and Diet Coke with no real reason. I just like one day I'm like, I'm back to Diet Coke. And let's see what they actually had in stock. So, Petty Pans, part baked baguettes. I got some bacon. Ooh, sign times. I got this. I actually ordered 2 of these, so they must not have had stock of both. I'd seen something saying that they hadn't got everything that I ordered and I didn't know what it was going to be. These are so delicious. Just any kind of Swedish meatballs. We have them in the Petty Pans and with Derely. It's very specific. I don't know why, but they're so nice. Beecham's all-in-one. Headache, fever, aches and pains, blocked nose, sore throat, chesty cough. Yes, please. Straight from the bottle, I'll be taking this. And I also got myself a Rookery, because why not? I think I'm going to make myself a bacon sandwich. For lunch, I've got... I mean, I was going to say I've got nothing done. I have. The back is back. I have got stuff. I have. Just not the stuff I would usually get done on a Thursday when I work from home. So I'm kind of annoyed with myself, but at the same time, if this was like pre-COVID times, I might have not gone to work today because I feel rubbish. Just saw I've already got Lucas's in fridge, so I don't know what that was all about. And my Amazon arrived. Do you know what? I'm so annoyed about this. I don't know if I've mentioned, but what a flipping swizz. I know that printers are cheaper these days because the ink is expensive, but there's expensive and there's expensive. It feels insane. And I still can't get over that there were 3 other people buying printer ink at the same time as me. What's happening in the world that we all currently came together and decided today's the day. Today's the day for printer ink. I don't know what is happening. I've spent a lot of time this morning on Pinterest. Give me a second. Don't judge me. It'll be a single person thing. Don't worry, I don't share that with people. I spent a lot of time on Pinterest this morning and last night because I want to kind of reset myself. I know I started this week being like, I'm going to start dressing and feeling better and trying to get ahead of the new year. And then I slowly deteriorated to be none of those things. It's Milo's birthday tomorrow and I really want to feel better for tomorrow. He wants to go out for dinner. He said that we can go out for dinner because we can stay up as late as we want, which was just so cute because it's Friday. He's been so excited about having his birthday on a Friday because apparently that's the best day to have your birthday. But I've been on Pinterest and I'm looking for kind of like images, inspiration for my fresh new look that's not that different to what I am right now, and going through what I have in my mind versus what I need. And there's still some things from the beginning of the year that I kind of feel like I need to tick those boxes. So I've been on Vinted. I've bought myself, I nearly did an ASOS order, but because you have to pay, I would have wanted like next day shipping. It always feels like, well, I've got to buy more and I'll try it all on and then I'll probably send it back and it's just, So instead, I've made a real, like, who knows, from Vinted, I've ordered some leopard print jeans. They were only £15, although I think 20 when you account for all the fees and the shipping. So we'll see, fingers crossed. But I don't want to spend a lot of money on something that it feels like maybe, like, will I wear it a lot? I don't know. But leopard print jeans was like really high on my list of, I really want this thing, which maybe that's the cold talking. Maybe I'm delusional. So this is what I was talking about. It's like, it's still liquid, but it's cloudy. Usually this would be fully see-through. And it just means that this will cure. I mean, you can even see already, that's gonna cool and cure so much more quickly than if I'd put it in like an hour and a half ago. It would have been, I mean, an hour and a half is how long it's taken to get to that in this jug. And once it's in a jar, especially a cold glass jar, it kind of cools from the edges, it cools from the top. It's very difficult to make it cool evenly. And so what happens is it will kind of create pockets in the wax, which then need to be evened out and repoured, and it's a whole thing. This way, I've found it gives you the most even burn. This, I had some leftover wax. I told you, I had lots of leftover wax the other day. So I started making myself like, I'm going to have this for myself. I'm just going to top it up with whatever leftover wax I have as I make things, and it's going to be like a layered candle, which maybe is something we can do in the future. I don't know. This is an enormous wax melt that Karen made for a giveaway. That whole thing is a wax melt, which is insane. Let's see. Let's see what it says. Replacement complete. Part of me really thought it was going to be like, nope. Got like an hour and a half before I log on for work, and for some reason I've decided that this is the time to go through my wardrobe. I'm just kind of like sitting here, like I want all of this to fit up here, so that means I need to go through everything that I've got and decide what stays, what goes. It's actually, I don't know if I'm just in the right mood, but I feel like it's going better than expected. Ooh. I got changed in the interest of being dressed. This is crazy. I actually can't believe how much my hair's grown, because I was looking at pictures to take to the hairdressers so that the back of my hair will be even with the front. And I was looking at like bobs that were like kind of up here. And I mean, that might end up being the case. No, I feel like the back of my hair is actually pretty long. It's just slightly longer in the front. I don't know. Anyway, I'm freshening myself up a little bit. I probably should do like because my hair, when I put it up, I don't know why, it gets greasier quicker than when I wear it down, but I can't wear it down. I can't, it just drives me insane. So maybe I should make the effort to wear like some product in my hair so it's a bit more like slick back than just looks greasy all the time. Literally like day one hair, when I put it back like this, it looks oily. I don't know what that's all about, although I did read something that said if you let your hair air dry, which I almost always do, your hair gets greasy quicker, because as it's drying, your I don't remember actually. I was going to give you a fact that I actually don't know is true. It was something like, as it's drying, your scalp produces more oil, but now I'm like, I don't know why that would be. Either way, I believed it. I was like, maybe I need to start making an effort to actually dry my hair rather than just leave, because I so rarely dry my hair. I just leave it to do whatever it's going to do, and then if ever I am feeling in the mood to style it, I do it after the fact. Okay, I am feeling a little bit more put together now. Do you know what? I think cold medicine works. There might be something to it. I don't know if anybody else knows about this, or like if it's something that people have been gatekeeping, but if you're not feeling very well, cold medicine, best kept secret. Anyway, if I was feeling more with it today, I think I probably would have filmed something about kind of decluttering and reorganizing my wardrobe, because I'm really in that mood. But I tend to get in that mood just before I've got to work. Just before anybody else. While you're at work, are you not the most motivated that you've ever been to like clean your own house while you're in the office? I am. I am always the most motivated to do something that usually I don't want to do when I have to do something like work for someone else. Can't imagine why. But I'm going to wrap up the vlog here while I'm feeling peppy. I swear to God, I feel like a different person than when I woke up. Magic, or just medicine. You tell me. But I think this is probably going to be the longest vlog ever. We'll see if I manage to edit it down to a watchable length. I know some of you really like long vlogs, but was this crazy? I mean, maybe it'll end up being like 25 minutes long, but I suspect not. Apologies if it was insane, and you're welcome if you enjoyed it, but I will see you next week with another one.